You're not successful yet, or at least not to the degree you really want to be. By the end of this Sunday motivational video, you will finally understand why that is and what needs to change for you to get there. Here at Alux, we represent intelligent individuals who, despite growing up under harsh conditions, have taken their future into their own hands. We know you're one of them, that's why you subscribe to our channel. Welcome to Alux.com. The place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. We will hold no punches. We will call you out on your bullshit, and hopefully this will be a stepping stone for the both of us. Here are 15 reasons why it's taking so long to succeed in life. Number 1. You overestimate where you are in your timeline. Success is not around the corner. Success is at the end of this highway you're on. You probably expect it to come sooner than it's meant to happen. Here's the mistake people make. You expect the target to come to you sooner instead of increasing the speed you go toward it. The more you learn about the world, the clearer it becomes just how far you still have to go. Don't focus on time. Instead, focus on how fast you're able to move. Time flows the same for everyone, but we don't move through it at the same pace. This is the breakthrough you're looking for. This is what other people manage to do in a single year 3 to 5 times more than everyone else. This is why you're left behind by so many of your classmates. You're simply not moving the same way. Take control of your timeline by taking control of how fast you move. Number 2. You failed to build a team and the systems required to accelerate the process. You're accustomed to doing everything yourself because you know how to do it best, don't you? Your entire life changes the moment you realize that even at your full capacity, you cannot hold this rhythm for long enough to let you win. The sooner you get this brutal wake-up call, the sooner you'll realize the importance of bringing people in on your journey. No matter how brilliant you are, long-term, you will lose out on those competing as a team. Working together as a team is a completely different beast than working alone. Trusting other people to deliver on their promises is just as important. Here's the golden rule of working in teams. Just do what you said you'll do. This builds predictability, and predictability allows you to build self-sustaining systems. If the people you choose care about the destination just as much as you do, they'll work on improving those systems on your behalf. It'll take some time, but once you all click in together, you'll be unstoppable and the growth will be exponential. Number 3. You don't know how to use other people's money to make yourself rich. This is the difference between people who climb 2 to 3 steps at a time on the wealth ladder versus those who climb up 1 step at a time. And it's not just other people's money, it's other people's know-how, other people's connections, other people's businesses, and more. You're too much of a lone wolf, and that's fine if you're hunting rabbits or squirrels, but if you want to take down the woolly mammoth, you'll need new tools and a pack to hunt together. You'll need to learn how to be strategic, how to corner it, and how to go in for the kill. The more you think about this metaphor, the more you'll understand your current limitations. Other people's money allows you to build wealth 10 times faster. Learn how to use banks. Learn how to pitch to investors. Learn to use crowdfunding. Tokenize your project if you have to. The problem of using your own money is there's always a limit to your ability to finance your growth. Allow other people to take some of that risk and let them reap some of the rewards alongside you. Number 4. You're not hanging out with the right people. We're not talking about people who can open doors for you, although that definitely helps, but about people who are so committed and focused on their journey that they inspire you to push even harder on yours. When you're in the presence of greatness, of success, of visionaries, some of their aura rubs off onto you. Without some of our mentors, we wouldn't have been able to dream as big as we're doing right now. Watching them move, hearing them articulate their own vision, brute forces your mind to shift gears and think in a way you haven't before. It's always bigger in terms of impact, in terms of the amount of action, and the size of the true end goal. We love Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, and he has a phenomenal quote that says, "The fastest way to change is to hang out with people who already are what you want to become." Your main problem right now, believe it or not, is you're unable to think big enough. Even if you say you do think big enough, you have no idea how to connect the dots from your present to this imagined future. Number 5. Because you haven't set, followed, and tracked your goals properly. Speaking of thinking big and setting big goals, you go through life in this general direction in which you want to go, but don't structure it enough for it to become a process. You're like someone lost in the woods. You know that if you just keep heading north, you'll eventually get out. Well, those super successful individuals have a different strategy. They have a GPS, they keep track of the time, they check the weather, they create a progress calendar in order to have a predictable time frame of getting out of the woods and into the promised land. 90% of the population has dreams and wishes. 10% of the population has goals for their life, but only 1% actually has a plan to hit those goals. That's why you look at them in awe. There's a way to deconstruct goals in such a way that it makes them achievable in a shorter time frame than you expect. Everything we've ever achieved has been the result of this unique framework that we've perfected for ourselves. Earlier this year, we opened the doors for 7 days only to what we consider to be the absolute best goal-setting course available because we built it from scratch the way it needed to be. The premium experience is called Goal Mastery, and there's a waiting list available if you go to Alux.com/goals. We plan to reopen Goal Mastery this Black Friday once again for a limited period of time, so get on that waiting list because you're about to miss the opportunity the same way you did last time. Go to Alux.com/goals and join the waiting list right now. Number 6. You lack the discipline to move the needle every single day. This video is about why you're not successful yet. The secret is in the things you do every day that get you one step closer to your target. You know how you feel. We know you're tired, exhausted, and burned out. Learn to rest. Learn to focus on the other parts of the process, but keep that process going. People hit this inflection point where they just want to burn it all to the ground and quit. But what you don't see is the progress you've made versus where you started. The more you zoom out, the more you realize just how far you've actually come. Your life is better today because of the little things, of the small actions, because of the days where you didn't feel like putting in the work and still did something to move that needle. The biggest secret to our long-term growth has been the commitment to action. Once we say we're going to do something, we never stop unless it's the fundamentals that have radically changed. That's why even to this day, we post 1 video per day on our channel. Number 7. You're not focused. Or better said, you're easily distracted. The world is abundant with opportunity, but you've only got so much brain power to go around. In business, this is called opportunity cost. The more time you spend on something else, the less time you invest into what actually matters. Find the thing that will probably have the highest impact for your life and make that your guiding light. Put on your horse blinders and go after that one thing relentlessly. Everything you consume, every action you take should be congruent with that one thing, because that's what's actually going to change your life. Number 8. You're not in the physical proximity of success. Did you know there was such a thing as physical proximity to success? Statistically, you're more likely to become a billionaire if you're in Silicon Valley, US, rather than Manipur, India, just to give an example. Physical proximity allows for deals to flow and the opportunity to run into people who can be an active part in your growth process. Please remember this. The closer you are to the money, the more likely you are to make money. Hang out with rich people and you will eventually be rich. Hang around market makers and you'll take advantage of the market. Number 9. You're not yet the person worthy of success. And what we mean by this is you don't yet have the skills required to achieve the tasks you set out for yourself. But that's okay, because it's all part of the process. Very much like a video game, you need to build up your inventory of tools and experience so you can move on to the next level. You think you're ready, but the upcoming boss fight would prove most painful. Not yet putting you in front of the perfect opportunity is life's way of not squandering it away. It's waiting for you to be ready. What tools are you missing? What's missing from your puzzle? In the ideal situation, what would your team be able to do to get you to that next level? Build those skills or hire people who already have them. That's it. Now you know. Number 10. You don't expose yourself to enough inspiring information. We believe in this idea of micro-learning, the notion of constant consumption of valuable information that stacks up throughout your life. This idea of getting any percent better every single day has proven to be the most effective way to get high returns in life. Knowledge compounds over time, and you never know where that one piece of information that you're missing might come from. One idea from an audiobook, a course, or a piece of advice from a mentor could be the click that you need. And not to spoil anything, but we think we figured out a way to deliver on that kind of concentrated value on a consistent basis. We've been building everything behind closed doors for over a year now, and we're closing in on a launch date. It's going to be hundreds of times more valuable than our courses at a fraction of the price, so everyone can afford it. It'll be a game changer for the both of us. We'll keep you posted. Number 11. You're invested in passive income instead of capital gains. The biggest mistake newbie entrepreneurs make is they think early in the game you should focus on passive income. That's wrong. If you're early in your journey, the focus should be on capital gains. Pay attention because this is important. If you've got $25,000, that's nowhere near enough to build passive income with. You might use it as a down payment on a house, rent it out, and have the renter cover the mortgage. If you do all the math, subtract the expenses, you're left with about $200 a month in passive income. And that's nice. You've got a stream of income and building equity in the property. But that's not life-changing money. $200 extra per month will not be the shift you're looking for. At this stage in the game, instead of using that initial capital to build passive income, you need to find ways to turn the $25K into $250K. This is the challenge you have right now. It's not that you don't have enough passive income. Your problem is you don't have enough money to buy the passive income sources. Pay close attention to this important distinction. The sooner you figure out your capital gains game, the sooner you can move into the passive income sources. But it won't work unless you find ways to consistently increase your income. Number 12. You're not embracing enough risk and playing it safe. This one builds on the previous point. You're disappointed that you're not successful yet or that it's taking far longer than expected to get there, but you've been scared of the risk. You're scared of taking the kind of risk that gives you higher rewards. Maybe it's because you're not confident in your ability, which is why you need to invest in yourself first. Maybe it's because you're scared you're going to lose everything you've built, which leads us to believe you got to this point through luck or things outside of your control. A massive wake-up call came into our lives when we realized that if everything went away, our mind and everything we've learned is our biggest asset. Nobody can take away what you know. Of course, it would suck having all your hard work swept away by this imaginary demon you project into the universe you live in. But everything around you is replaceable. It's just things and people you met at one point in your life. You can build another team, you can get new tools, you can find new customers and build new products or services for them. Once this revelation happens, your attitude toward risk dramatically changes and you're free to pursue higher rewards. Number 13. Nobody knows who you are and what you do. Let's be honest, no matter how good you think you are as a product or service provider, if nobody knows who you are, they won't be able to buy from you or give you the credit you deserve. It doesn't matter if you're the smartest person to ever live. If you spend your entire life in a cave not sharing your knowledge with the world, it's all in vain. If you don't share your gift with the world, you're doing everyone a disservice, including yourself. If you're wondering why you're not successful yet, the most likely answer is you have an awareness issue. If what you deliver is actually as good as you claim it to be, then it's just a matter of getting in front of as many people that need what you provide. If it's actually valuable, they'll buy it. They'll tell their friends. They'll speak highly of the service you provided to them and how much you helped. People can't buy from you if they don't know you exist. Number 14. You're being busy without being productive. If you know what to do, do. If you don't know what to do, learn. There's two types of work, one that moves you closer to your goal and one that keeps things stable. If you're not making progress towards your goals, it might be because you're spending too much time doing only maintenance work. Yes, the engine is running, but unless you put the car in drive and grab a hold of the steering wheel, you're not going to get very far. Learn to tell the difference between being busy and being productive, and your entire perspective on what needs to happen will change. Number 15. You're actually scared of success and losing yourself in the process. As outrageous as that might sound, it's actually true. As individuals, we're scared of progress. We're scared of leveling up because it means effort. It means hard work is ahead of us. It means we have to go into battle and conquer whatever comes at us, and we know going into battle is dangerous. There's this pre-installed piece of software within you that's there to keep you out of danger. Why do you want to change anything when we're safe right now? We might not be doing that well, but at least we're not in danger. That's what the voice in your head says. In order to make the jump, you have to become someone else. You keep the good, strip away the bad, and evolve into the next stage of your identity. You're not switching, you're not changing your core. You become something better. When the desire for more overcomes the fear of the unknown, you evolve. The true test is realizing which one of these 15 actually plays the biggest role in your life right now and deciding to do something about it. In a test of honesty, we ask you, which of these 15 reasons is the main one holding you back? You got here because you are looking for answers, and if you found them, like this video and come back to rewatch it every time you feel like your life has hit a plateau. And as for those of you who stuck with us until the very end, of course, there's a bonus waiting for you. Ask yourself, what's your superpower? And then bet everything on it. The jump you're looking for lies in your unique ability to do something. Everything you've learned up to this point, everything you've been through, everything you've seen, heard, and tasted contributed to a unique cocktail that is you. Put that authenticity to work and you'll end up successful sooner than you think. Nobody can compete with you when the game you're playing is being yourself. Nobody can be a better you than you are. Be yourself. Focus on the superpower of being you, and it'll prove to be the highest competitive advantage you can find. It's the leverage that's missing. Yes, put your name out there. Assume risk under your own name. Show everyone who you are and you will be rewarded. At one point, you'll wake up and realize just how much of an opportunity being you is, and you'll kick yourself for not making the most of it sooner. If you're ready to use your superpower for good, please write hero in the comments. You're the hero in your journey. Build a better tomorrow for you and the ones you care about.